The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at AbleSys. Welcome to the webinar. Take a look at the recent performance of the AbleTrend charts. I'll show you exactly what you should be looking for on your chart regarding where to get in, where to get out, when not to trade at all. Because that's kind of the nice thing with AbleTrend is that it'll not only tell us where to buy and sell and put our stops, and when the trend is in place where it's a low risk trade, it'll also tell us when not to trade. That's a big advantage because sometimes it's just not the right time. It can kind of give us a heads up when the market's going to be choppy or sideways. And that's a really big edge because nobody can win. None of us could win when the market's choppy. So if we can have something just to avoid the chop and get in on these fantastic trends that have been going on really for a couple of months now, especially the last few weeks, but really a couple of months. The trends have just been incredibly good. So the signals have just been really fantastic. But you have to be very disciplined, patient, and you got to grind it out. It's a grind. I mean, there's losing trades and there's losing days. I mean, I can guarantee you that. There's no perfect system in the world. So I'm never here to mislead anyone. I'm just here to show you the suggested best way to use it. But if you grind it out and just stay with it, wow, it's been outstanding. And the whole key is just to keep your emotions out of it. And believe me, I know that's the hardest part. Because if it was that easy, everybody could do it, but everybody can't because of the emotional factor. But the software works so great, the algorithms are so great because it just has no emotion. And I mean, that's why the signals are so good. So, if you can hang in there and kind of trust it, and sometimes you almost have to hold your nose and just hit the buy or sell button, whether you believe it or not, you'll be rewarded in the long run. That's that I can say. So let's jump in. This is a daily, weekly chart. This is PayPal. And again, we always combine 2 time frames. In fact, for the day trading, we actually, for the day trading trend chart, we actually combine 3 time frames into one. But this is the daily, weekly. We're not looking to be in front of your computer all day long. It's for longer term trading, and you can do this for any market in the world. Primarily stocks is going to be more popular for the longer term. And again, this is PayPal. So, right there is where we're going to be buying it. First time we get triple confirmation. And that means a blue arrow, a blue small dot. The blue arrow is the weekly buy signal. The dots are under every price bar, which is the daily buy signal. It's blue. Just go by the colors. The colors have to be the same. And there's the first blue bar after a series of greens and red dots. So you got red dots, then you got blue dots. The red is resistance. That's why it blocks the price from going higher. And the blue dots, as you can see here, block or stop the prices from going lower. So those are great places to buy because blue means buy. When the price hits a blue dot, don't sell it. That's where you should be buying it. That's a perfect place to buy it if you missed the beginning of the trend. Obviously, we want to get in at the beginning of the trend here at 210, and then we'd be out over here. Well, we like to put the stops. What I recommend putting the stops at either second, or you can even put it at the third previous lower blue dot, only for the fact that it's in such a strong uptrend. Like if the dots are kind of tight in here, the levels, you can even put it just a little bit even lower, and just wait for the bar to close under that second or third lower level. We always say the second, and I'm just saying if you want to be, the market's in such a strong uptrend, you want to be a little maybe a little more aggressive. That's okay to do that too. But let's keep it simple. Second lower row of blue dots below the price. Now, new buy signal came in 2 days ago. Here it is. There's that first blue bar. Now, it's been on a weekly buy signal. Oh my, look at go back here months. Obviously, as the market continues to go higher. So even though big pullback here, a lot of people don't have AbleTrend. Oh no, what do I do? Well, we know what to do. Right here, 2 days ago, we got in at 248. It's at 270 today. That's a huge pop, especially for option traders, which is what this is popular for because it's a $270 stock. But the software had, gave the signal to you, me, and everyone who uses it 2 days ago at 248. So that's a real good one right there. Now pick one up off of Win Tick here for you. I want to show you this one, a new buy signal today. So you could have even gotten in at the close, right before the close, or you can get in, check in the morning. Hopefully it doesn't gap up. But beautiful signal back here, back in November for everybody who had our software back then. You're in at about 81, and it would have taken you all the way up to 92. We stayed in that one for 2 months, and there were plenty of down days, but the software kept us in the whole time, even on the down days. That's the beauty of it. We don't get, the software doesn't scare us out so early. You don't sell too early. A lot of people have a problem with that, and I totally get that. I know where everybody's coming from. Happens to all of us. But if you're very disciplined and very serious about your trading, my God, there's nothing even close to these signals. Nothing even close. And here's a new buy signal. You can maybe just something you want to make. This is for longer term trading. It's a daily, weekly. Something you may want to consider if you're more of a longer term trader. You don't spend any time. You don't spend all day in front of your computer. Well, then you got to trade longer term stocks or ETFs. I like ETFs a lot for the longer term. So there you go. There's just a heads up. Anybody who doesn't have Win Tick, I picked this one up off of Win Tick. Today's buy sell signals for tomorrow. So here's your new. Just one to check out. We don't tell anybody what to do with their money. The software is just saying, hey, we like, the software likes this one, and you do your homework from there, and if you do too, well, software is giving you the okay that it should go higher. So we put a little stop, just a couple cents under the blue dot, because that's our protection. That blocks the price from going lower. So just put a little bit under the blue dot, say 92. Okay, just as a round number, 92. I put around 92, and you're in at 94, so very low risk trade. The best kind of trades are the lowest risk ones, because even if you lose, nobody's going to get hurt. Okay, let's jump into the intraday, because the AbleTrend is so popular for futures day traders, and it's just been outstanding. I'm just unbelievable since the beginning of the year. Really, like I said, the last few months, but just going from the beginning of the year, it's been some huge winning days. Losing days are going to come too. Got to keep saying that, because I don't ever want to mislead anybody. But obviously, many more winning days. But there's no perfect system. Now, getting in at the open, because we don't even think about trading until I'm Eastern, so 9:30 open. Give it a couple minutes, because the first few minutes, especially, you see really long price bars. That's a stay away. That's a stay away, or be careful. The longer the bar, the greater the chance it'll snap back, or either go sideways or snap back. So just keep that in mind. The ideal trades are the short bars near the red dots to go short, near the blue dots to go long. But you got triple confirmation to the downside. Red 1 minute, the dot. Red 2 minute, the arrow. Red 3 minute, the bigger arrow. Wow, okay, so and a red price bar. So the software's saying, we're not going higher, that's for sure. We're going lower at the open. However, really no place to get into trade. Software nailed it. It did go lower quite a bit too, but there really wasn't any safe place to get in. You don't want to get in when the prices are too far under the red dots. See how you're way below the red dots up here, way below. Look what happened a couple of minutes later, snaps back. Way below the red dot here, a couple of minutes later, goes back to the dot. Prices like to be near the red and blue dots. Doesn't like to get straight too far above or below. Look here, way above the blue dot. Look at the space from the price way up here to the blue dot. Look what happened 5-6 minutes later. Went right back to the dot. So that's why ideally you want to get in closer to the dot. It's lower risk. Stop loss is just going a little bit above the red dot for a short, or a little bit below the blue dot for a long. So even if we lose, no big deal. It's part of the business. If you like the day trade, that's the way you have to do it. You also have to have the right mental attitude, because it's just not for everybody. There's going to be losing trades. So we're going to see here, really no place, like I say, to get in. Anybody who did, if you wanted to be aggressive, there's where you get in, because you had triple resistance right there. Triple. It's great to have one time frame, but you had 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute sell signal. All 3 time frames and you are right at resistance. This is like a roadblock, these arrows and dots. They stop or block the prices from going higher. So when you can get in right at resistance, oh my, that's like a triple steel wall that's going to block the price from going higher. So there's extremely low risk. So if you're going to be aggressive, that would be the place to, obviously to do it. And bounced off of that and dropped about 50, 60 points right after that. You say, well, where would I have gotten out? Well, when you get two green bars in a row after you only after you're in profit, we put a stop loss, 2 points, let's call it. If you want to put 1, 2, it's not a really big difference either way. It's pretty much the same thing. Above the higher of the two green bars. Well, never hit the stop, went lower. You'd put it, there's two more greens, you'd put a stop right there, kept on going lower. There's two more greens, and we'd be stopped out right there. So that, again, for an aggressive AbleTrend trader who gets in at support or resistance, which are the lowest risk places to get in, that would have been a great start. But I'm not going to count that. Now, you see here this choppy sideways mess where it would just been impossible to win during there for anybody. AbleTrend kept us out of that entire mess for almost 2 hours. That's the advantage when you put these time frames with these accurate algorithms that have been so consistent over 20 years, not 20 days or 20 months, 20 years. That's what you get. You get the software telling us, don't do anything. Leave it alone. When everybody else is getting chopped up and beat up who doesn't have AbleTrend, we're just sitting on the sidelines being patient, waiting to get, not getting involved in this choppy, ugly mess. That's just so important. Just as important not to lose. We all want to win, but sometimes it's just as important not to lose. Okay, you got a quadruple confirmation buy signal here, blue bar, blue dot, blue 1 minute, blue 2 minute, blue 3 minute buy signal. I mean, that's a beautiful thing right there. And if for any reason you missed it, just weren't get in, you weren't, whatever, you just didn't work for you, there's your sweet spot. When the price hits the blue dot, bounces off of it, the next blue bar is just an ideal, perfect sweet spot with triple confirmation. And that thing just took off like a rocket after that. That was just a thing of beauty. Okay. I'm going to keep it simple here. Just out over there, obviously back in there. Nice short blue bar. Okay, what we say, those short bars. That's the lowest risk you can get. All the time frames in agreement. How do you know? Because it's all the same color. It's all the blue comes in at the same time. That's just another big winner. Out over here, that's another 20-point winner. 20 points is $400 in the NASDAQ. Losing trade here, gave back about 10 points, but we were up a bunch of money going into that. Losing trade there too. Losses are small, but those are losses. No trade zone, and then a beautiful triple confirmation trade there. However, we're stopped out. Here's the second lower row of blue dots under the price. So what do I do? When do I get back in? Any one of these bars, they're all blue and they're all touching the blue dot. That's the lowest risk you could get. You got a 1 minute buy signal, the dots, 2 minute and a 3 minute. You got triple buy signal right there. That's a lot of money right there. However, we'd be stopped out right there. Why? Because we broke even. Didn't lose anything on the trade, but right there, it would have been a stop out. Second lower row of previous lower row of blue dots below the price. However, toward the end of the day, but the last 10 minutes, which is sometimes a very good time to trade, I just took off. Look at this. I mean, that's just, you're watching this live. You just see that, you go, oh, I got to get in. And there it goes. Took that right into the close. There's the two greens. Stop goes right there. And we'd be stopped out right there. Picked up 35 points. I'll just call it 30. 30 points into the close is a $600 move, last 10 minutes. $600 buy signal that AbleTrend, gave to all of us. So anybody who took that, good job. Now, if you really want to see something unbelievable, is the Russell. I've been talking about the Russell for the last few months. The NASDAQ is very quick. It's very fast. It's not for everyone. If you like, if you like fast, the NASDAQ is great. And it trends nicely, much nicer than the S&P, the ES, or the mini Dow. I mean, those are not even worth looking at, neither one of them. But the Russell and the NASDAQ are the best. And the Russell's a little slower. It's $50 a point, but it's slower. So you might be a good one to start with if you knew it, day trading. Russell's a really good one to trade. I like the Russell a lot. Okay, 9:30 open is right. I'm Eastern, so 9:30 open is right in this area right here. Again, long bars. Give it give it a minute or two. Give it a few minutes. Anybody who did get in the open, I mean, that's right there. But then up, I mean, just took off like a rocket from there. Okay, you can get in on green bars, especially when you see this in the pre-market, where it's like out of control. Technically the signal came in at 8 o'clock when the news came out. But then it just, you want to be aggressive. Absolutely. Get in at the blue dot, as I say. I mean, you've got a nice wall of protection below that. Look at that. It's beautiful. I mean, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I mean, you got 3 buy signals right there. You got the blue dot, and the 2 arrows. And it could be big dots on your chart, could be X's. It's the exact same thing. I just make mine arrows. It's easier when I'm showing people, how to use it and all. I mean, it's easy when you see a blue arrow pointing up, and blue means buy, and it's pointing up. Kind of makes it pretty obvious, what the software is telling us to do. And from there, I mean, these things. I mean, look at this. It's unbelievable. A few people say they got in on that and just did great. There's another sweet spot. I mean, it's even a super sweet spot if it's blue. But when you got a big runner going like this, and it's just running like wild, and you've been on a buy signal and you just got nothing, a sea of blue, as somebody said earlier, as just a sea of blue. I mean, just get in on the pullbacks at the blue dots. Notice how the price goes right to the blue dot, exactly to the dot, bounces off it and goes up. It's like scary how accurate that is. And we put those dots in this one 2 minutes before that even happened. So it's like, we say, oh, well, you're looking at the chart after the fact. No, this is the exact chart you saw at that time. You don't make a trade until the bar closes. And if you don't make a trade until it closes, and it never, ever changes once the bar closes, then this is the exact chart you saw at this time. No cheating, no looking, no like, oh, well, you can't say, well, it changes after you look at it, or it looks different. No, it's exactly the same. And that'd be ridiculous if the price bars changed after it was finished, after it closed. So this is exactly what you saw at that time. You could look at it at that time, or you can look at it an hour later or 10 years later. It's the exact same chart. Not here to mislead anybody. I promise you that. I wouldn't want that done to me. Obvious no trade zone right in here. And look at this sweet spot. Well, not sweet spot. That's a brand new buy signal. And look how short the bar is. I keep saying those short bars are the lowest risk, best ones to get in. You got another sweet spot right here. Another one there. Just, I mean, fantastic. These are some big money trades right here. I mean, we're talking like really serious money right here. Just for one lot trader. I mean, look at this trend. It just never stopped. It kept going higher. And every time it would hit the dot, it would bounce. AbleTrend's hidden support point, which is what that is, the algorithm, it just get back in again. If you missed the beginning, you have some nice places to get in. Although too many sweet spots, leave it alone. I mean, it's not going to go up forever. Well, this one almost did. Look at this winner right here. You're long at 82. Let's just keep it simple. There's a couple of greens where we'd be stopped out at 98. That's 16 points. That's an $800 winner. AbleTrend gave to all of us. So that's a good one right there. Russell was on fire today. Absolutely on fire. There's a short signal. You got to have that big arrow. Remember, you can't do anything until you have the 3 minute. Again, I use the arrows. You might have a big dot, which is in Ninja. It's the same thing. But you can't do anything until you have the higher time frame in agreement. And what that means, just have the same colors. They all have to be red, or they all have to be blue. That's all it is. Short signal there, down it went. really only broke about even because it popped up very quickly. No trade zone. Another buy signal right there. Here's our two greens. We're out and pick up about 2 points on that. Here's a losing trade. I know we'll let all the big winners earlier. There's a losing trade right here because that's a valid triple confirmation buy signal. So we gave back a couple points on that. And that was pretty, oh no, not the end of the day. I'm sorry. This is 3:20 in the afternoon, so the market doesn't close, it doesn't end until technically 4:15, but we would get out at 4. Winning sell signal on the way down. And there's that big move toward the end of the day, but it was right toward the end of the day. So, if you didn't pick that up, I'm not even going to count it. Even though the software gave us the winner, the software doesn't know it's, end of the day or what time of the day it is. So the software gave us the winner, but, realistically, I like to be very realistic. It just, it was right at the end of the day and it just shot up. Technically, let's say it was the middle of the day, we would have gotten in, obviously. That's a perfect triple confirmation trade. There's the two greens. And the stop out would be right there, for a 5-point winner. So good stuff right there. And I'm going to go through the scalp chart quickly because I'm giving you, showing you some extra charts here today. Scalp chart's a much easier chart. You're in and out in a minute. This is just for a very quick hit. This is like lightning trading. Hits the red dot, closes under it. 1 minute later, you're a winner. Every time it does that, we just go for 5 points. But it has to hit the red dot and then close under it. But yet no more than 8 points under it because the stop goes 2 points above the red dot. So if we were to lose, we would lose 10 points max. 5-point winner, every time you hit that happens, it's a $100 winner. So there's a winner right there. There's the first trade of the day, and it's a winner. Second trade is right there. Hits the arrow, which is the 3-minute sell signal, right between the arrow. It's the same thing. And about 10 seconds later, we got the 5 points. That's another $100 winner. That's 200 now. Third trade, there's the next time it hits a red dot or a red arrow, or a blue dot or a blue arrow. Of course, we'd go long. Right there, closes under it. 1 minute later, another winner. First 3 trades, that's 3 plus 300. Losing trade here. Hits the arrow, closes under it, closes 2 points above it. So now we're back to 2 plus 200. Okay, this goes through the dot. Remember, you have to wait for the dot to close, the price bar to close. Hits the red dot, closes under it right there. The line that sticks out to the right is the close. That's why we always use open, high, low, close bars and never candles. And 1 minute later, not even, it was like 10 seconds, another $100 winner right there. Hits the blue dot, closes above it. But this was more than 8 points from the blue dot. So even though that's a winning trade, you say, hey, that's a winner, right? Well, I got to be fair. We wouldn't take that one because it was 10 points from the dot. So if we would have lost, we didn't know it was going to be a winner, obviously, before it happens. We would have lost, with the stop 2 points under, hey, that would have been 12 points at risk. We don't want in the scalp chart, on the scalp chart only, we don't want more than 10 points risk. So even though the software gave us the winner, can't count that. Can't count that as a winner. So you get the picture from here. I mean, when it hits the blue dots, we're buying it. It goes up, as you could see, winner, winner. When it hits the red arrow or the red dot, it goes down, winner, winner. That's a losing trade because it went 2 points above right after that. So you got to be fair about that. But otherwise, all day long, it was some real good ones. Winner right there, hits the blue dot, close above it. Losing trade here because it does close under it. Then a winning trade right there. Another winner here, another winner here, another winner here. It was just a great day all around. The signals were just spot on. But nothing's going to be perfect. So one thing I can guarantee you is there will be losing trades. That's for sure. But just been so good. I mean, it's just been unbelievable. I mean, I'm doing this I'm here for 17 years. It's just been great. But got to be fair about it. We tell it like it is. Just don't want to fool anybody. Tom says Tom. Oh man, Tom cleared $1,000 trading futures today and trusting the dots. Man, you couldn't have said that better. Well done, Tom. Okay, Eric's in the room. Eric says, I really like the transparency of your webinar. Thank you, Eric. That's the way it's got to be. That's the fair thing to do. Larry, can't get symbol NQ. You're using, you got to use /NQ, Larry, and you have to have a futures account with TD Ameritrade. So just check with them, make sure you. I don't know. You'd have to set up for a futures account so that you're getting the futures data. You remember you're getting the data from them, so just make sure you're getting futures data from them. Check on that end. Steve, beautiful range bound day trading day today. 1 minute, 3 minute scalp. Took in 10 successful trades of 5 points by noon. Now, of course, that would be $1,000. 10 winners times $100 per winner would be 1,000. Thanks, AbleSys. Great job, Steve. Steve's been killing them lately, too. Michael Z. Risk was 12 points. Gotta jump in, Michael. Sometimes you gotta hold your nose and just make the trade. But if you're not comfortable, with a trade or something, then you just don't, and when in doubt, just do nothing. Wait for the next one. But you gotta take those. You gotta just, hard to say, it's hard to do sometimes, but you gotta be like a robot and just do what the software says. And sometimes you gotta, like somebody told me this, I thought that was kind of cool. Just hold your nose and hit the button. Sometimes it looks like it stinks and isn't going to be a good one, but boy, your mind or my mind or anybody's mind couldn't compare in a million years to the algorithms, which is why it works so well, because it has no emotion either. So the more we can trust it and do it, like Tom did and had a great day today, better you do. James says, always learn something from your presentations. Thank you, Ron. Oh, you're welcome, James. Thanks for being here. Hope I'm helpful. Jim Gosnell, winning day for me. Thanks to AbleTrend. Good job, Jim. Spoke to you earlier. Good guy, too. Very nice guy. Larry, do you wait to buy on the second bar after the first green bar touches the dot? As soon as it touches, Larry, if you have the 1 minute and the 2 minute and the 3 minute, and the market's going up, and you can just, obviously it goes up much more often than it goes down. I wouldn't get it. I would be very cautious to get in on a green bar on a sell signal with the market in such a strong uptrend since March. Pretty much almost every day, not every day, but almost every day. And I say probably 9 out of 10 days, the market goes higher than it goes lower. So, the market much stronger to the upside. So, those are the ones you want to be a little more risky. You want to, a little more, take a chance on something as far as a green bar. That's right near the blue dot. You'd want to do that on the buy signals. And Michael Z says, hold your nose and hit the button. I remember when you said that the first time. I'll do that. I know, believe me, I do the same thing sometimes and go, you don't feel it, or the emotions are saying, no, I don't think so, but who am I to argue with the software? All right, good job. Everybody did have a good day. Love when that happens. Makes it all worthwhile. But there's losing days too. I know I keep saying it because I just want to be, really, really honest and fair about it. So thanks for being here, everyone. Have a good night, and more important than AbleSys trading or anything else, just stay safe.